right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to 5 Minutes of Math. This is Mr. Lunsford, and I'm glad you joined me this evening. Tonight's homework is for the evening of May 3rd, 2018, and tonight's topic is our SOL review, and this is SOL review part 7. Let's get started. Which conclusion is best supported by the data? We've got 4 statements here, and essentially what we're doing is a true-false. Please make sure that you have your book and you're reading along with me. I know a lot of my students strictly use this channel to guide them in their homework, but they don't use the book. And again, I'm paraphrasing, so please make sure you have your book with you. All right, so which conclusion is best supported by the data? Now, here is a close representation of what the book actually has there. It's a scatter plot, and it's comparing the high temperatures for each day to the amount of snow cones that are sold by a snow cone business. So along the bottom here, we've got 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, and 90. Up the side, you have the number of snow cones sold, and you just multiply my number by 10. And you're noticing here, as the temperature goes up, so do the number of snow cones sold. So our trend is in this direction. It's a positive correlation. And our line of best fit would actually sit just about here. And it would point in that direction. So as temperatures increase, sales increase. The answer is A. Best answer is A. Moving on. Number 2. If a surveyor stands 100 feet from the base of a skyscraper, the distance is 460 feet. What answer is closest to the height of the building? So, this is a Pythagorean theorem type of question. And I've drawn a triangle over here to the right. And how do I know I'm looking for the height? It's because I've drawn a diagram. Here's my very skinny skyscraper. That's my building. Here is my contractor. Notice he has a mighty man beard. Well, when he's standing about 100 feet away from the base of that building, he knows there's 460 feet between his beard and the top of the building. So you might as well have a little bit of fun. Here is our A, B, and C. And the Pythagorean theorem is A squared plus B squared equals C squared. A squared plus 100 squared equals 460 squared. A squared plus 10,000 equals 211,600. Subtract 10,000 from both sides, and you end up with A squared equals 201,600. Take the square root of both sides, and you have A equal to 448.99, and that's about equal to 449. The best answer for this one is G. And moving on. Which transformation describes the position of the sensor as the bicycle wheel turns? Well, here's our bicycle wheel. It looks like a circle. All right, here's our sensor. And the sensor is moving and tracking the, I believe this says here, it's calculating speed as the bike tire turns. So when it begins to turn, the sensor is in this position. When it continues to turn, here it is. Here's the sensor in its final position, and it's back, and it's rotating around that central point where the wheel is attached to the bike. And of course, that's a rotation. So the best answer here is C. All right, moving on. Maggie uses blocks to create a figure with the following top, front, and side views. How many blocks does Maggie use to create a figure? This one you have to be careful with, and it also requires that you all have practiced creating three-dimensional views from top, front, and side views. Now I'm going to include a link in this video to another YouTuber who actually does a pretty good job of working through how to create those three-dimensional views. What I did with this is essentially just work through a couple of drafts, and I worked through my drafts of building that three-dimensional shape until I found one that matched these 3 top, front, and side views. So let's take a look at it. This is the shape I came up with. And I will tell you that, see how I have that grid back there? When you all are in geometry, if you ever have to use what's called isometric grid paper or dot paper, you all will end up creating the same kinds of designs. And I have that link, and I'm going to have that link for the length of, well, I'm going to try to have it for the length of this particular question, so you guys can click on it when you want. All right, here's the top, front, and side. Here's our top view. Here's our front view. Here's our side view. Now let's count the blocks. Now this part is where you have to be careful, and I'm going to try to show you as many times as much as I can where those blocks are located. So I'm going to show it to you on all three views. Each block I'm going to show you on all three views if I can. The trick here is not every block is shown in every view. Let me show you what I mean. Here's block 1. All right, we can see that block number 1 in the front, the top, and the side view. Block number 2 is not shown on any view because it's sitting in the center of the bottom of this shape, but I outlined it in orange. It's not shown on any of the front, top, or side views. So there's 2 blocks. Here's our third block. The third block is shown in the front view and in the side view, and I shaded it in where it shows in that 3-dimensional figure. Here is block number 4. Block number 4 is shown in the top view and in the side view. Block number 5 is shown in all 3 views. And let's see, we're up to 5 blocks already. Block number 6 is only shown in the top view. All right, moving on. Block number 7 is in all 3. It's at the very front. And block number 8 is only shown in the front and top views. And again, we have 8 blocks. The answer for this one is H, 8 blocks. And again, you all practice this because you have to visualize this on the SOL, all right? And moving on. Here's our last question. 2 lines intersect to form angles 1, 2, 3, and 4 as shown. If angle 1 is 122 degrees, which of the following is false? This is just a true-false question, so we're just going to analyze this shape first and then go back and just find the one that isn't true. Angle 1 is 122 degrees. What that means is that angle 3 is 122 degrees. Why? Because they're vertical. Vertical angles sit across from each other, and vertical angles are equal. Now, using our angle relationships again, we're going to think about supplementary angles. Supplementary angles add up to 180 degrees. So angles 4 and 3 are supplementary. Now, if angle 3 is 122 degrees, 180 minus 122 has to give us angle 4 if they add up to 180. So what that tells me is that angle 4 is 58 degrees. Now, using that vertical angle relationship again, if 1 and 3 are vertical, that means 4 and 2 are also vertical. And if 4 and 2 are vertical, then 4 and 2 have to have the same measurement. So I know that angle 2 is 58 degrees because, again, it's sitting across from angle 4. Now, we have everything we need to go back and just find the one that stands out. Angle 2 is 58 degrees. True. Angle 3 is 122 degrees. Also true. Angle 4 is 58 degrees. True. Now, angle 4 is not 122 degrees. That's the one that's false. So the best answer for number 5 is D. And that's it. Y'all take care, and remember, math is not just about numbers. It's all about the relationships that surround us every day. Have a good one.